If you were an ice skater, there's plenty of places to skate in my yard today. The ice is also thick enough that you can walk on it. I mean, you couldn't break through that if you wanted to. I probably have over 6 inches of ice on the pond. Very, very slippery. It would be great for skating. I mean, it's just smooth. It's snowing right now, so you can see the snow drifting across it. Pretty neat, like the desert sand. I bet it would be great for ice skating today. I'm not an ice skater, never have been. Tried it a couple times, but my ankles are pretty wobbly up on those skates. Roller skating I can do much better because I'm on, 4 wheels. But ice skating, no. And I'm going to get off this ice before I break my tail, because it is very, very slippery. Oh, I see some water there along the edge. That's because it rained last night. It rained hard most of the night. And you're saying it rained? Well, look at, today. Yeah, well, this morning the temperatures dropped below freezing, so that rain that we had yesterday turned into snow. And it's windy. I mean, you can see the wind blowing across the pond there. And that being said, there's a wind chill. But I was going to look at the my pond is full, pretty much full. It's showing over on my let's see. It's showing here that there's 3 inches to go till full, but I'm going to tell you what. Look how frozen that dock is into the ice. So there's no way that ice can lift up anymore. So what it does, it's actually picking the dock up. The ice, because with the rain last night, the ice has come up. That's why we see water around the edge, because this whole sheet of ice is floating now, and it's lifted the dock up. So I've designed this dock. You'll see there's a big bolt here, so it's a hinge, so this whole dock can hinge up and down. Therefore, as the ice level goes up and down, this dock can go up, and then when the ice melts, it'll set back down. You'll notice that if you travel around, especially here in Ohio, this time of year, you'll see a lot of reservoirs that are lower. The water level is lowered way down. And I think the main reason they do that is to protect the marinas and the docks from ice damage. On a large body of water, you'll see how that ice freezes to the dock, and then as the ice begins to melt around the edges and the wind blows it, that whole sheet of ice moves, and it can actually tear the docks out, twist them, move them, and really do a lot of damage. And I've had, in the spring, where this dock's actually, kind of twisted up, where the only way to fix it is I have to dive down. It's 8 foot deep right at the end of the dock. So that's over my head, but I have to go down to the bottom and lift the dock up and set it back down and then swim back up again. Sounds like a big challenge, but it's really not that bad. If you like to swim and you can hold your breath for a few, at least 30 seconds, you're good to go. I don't know how much snow we're supposed to get. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Of course, by the time you see this, the weekend will have already passed, but I'll be sharing the weekend, or I should say I have shared the weekend with 3 of my brothers. There's 5 of us all total, so all 4 of us will be gathering this weekend. I have an uncle that's turning 80, and he's in pretty bad health. He's bedridden right now, and he's not far from here. and he's having a birthday this weekend. So as we grew up, he was the youngest of my dad's brothers, and he was almost like a big brother to us when we were growing up. He did spend some time residing at our house when he was just a young man, and so he was like an older brother to us. But he's 80 now. He's 10 years older than me, and he's not doing very well at all. This might be his last birthday, so all my brothers and I are going to go over there and wish him a happy birthday. And his daughters are having some cake and ice cream for us, so that'll be kind of fun, something to do. And like I said, by the time you watch this, it will have already happened. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that right now. It looks like somebody ran over one of my driveway stakes, and it's busted right off there. I don't know, it could have been a delivery, because I get deliveries in and out of here. And my sheet of ice on the driveway still hasn't melted off, even with all the rain we had. It was almost 40 degrees yesterday. And with all the rain, I would have thought this would have melted down. It's getting close. I mean, you can see the gravel through the ice now. But still got a ways to go. And it's kind of annoying me. It's like, I mean, I like the driveway nice and clean of gravel, so I don't slip and slide. But this is right up here by the garage, which makes it very, very slippery. And yeah, hard to negotiate. At least when company comes, they can pull up here and walk on this gravel and not slide. You try to walk over there, you're gonna bust your tail. I cut a couple of dead trees in here this week and sawed them up for firewood. The last one I cut was a maple. Watch the ice. Really, really hard wood. And it burns really well. Now I had a whole pile here, and because I couldn't get my tractor and trailer in here to haul it up towards the house, I just been carrying armloads of it up to the house. And I just got a little bit left there, maybe about 2 or 3 more trips, and I can have it all up on the porch. But I've got plenty up there right now. The problem with cutting these trees down around here, though, the dead ones, for firewood, is that so many of them are completely tangled with these poison ivy vines. So you cut the tree down, you're cutting the vine too. And I don't normally get poison ivy anymore, because I spent my whole career working outdoors and being in it all the time, and I kind of built an immunity towards it. And then this time of year, it's pretty dry, so the oils aren't so prevalent on there that'll cause the rash. But when you do cut it with the chainsaw, you know, the chips will come out, and they do have the oil in them. So you just want to be careful you don't, you know, blow the chainsaw chips towards your bare skin. But yeah, it's a huge pain in the neck. I mean, that last tree I cut down, let's see if I could show you. Yeah, right there, that pile of brush there is all poison ivy brush. And there's more scattered around, you know, that I've thrown into the woods. It was actually quite a pile of it. It just makes the job like twice as difficult with those vines on there. But the wood that I'm getting is very well worth it. This maple heats the house so good. I put a great big log on the fire yesterday afternoon, and by yesterday evening, it was like 75 degrees in the house. I'm walking around in a t-shirt and shorts, and I was sweating. I had to put a fan on to cool myself down, because once that wood burner gets going, there's no slowing it down. I mean, even with the drafts closed, when it's creating that kind of heat, it just keeps on pushing the heat out. So yeah, it was very comfortable. I always say the Lord blesses me in many ways, and he does provide in ample ways. So for that, I'm blessed. I'm looking at 70 degrees inside the house right now, and I hardly have any fire going in there at all. And I mean, it's just very, very comfortable. With 28, 29 degrees outside, that's freezing weather. So we're supposed to get a little more snow throughout the day, but I don't think there's going to be any accumulation. I believe sometime this weekend it's supposed to be way over freezing, like up in the upper 30s. So we'll see some more melt, maybe some rain again. That's what I don't like about this weather, because it's so unpredictable. You get the you not only get the snow, but you get the rain too, because the temperatures has just been hovering right at that freezing mark. Kind of, you know, one day it's like 17 degrees and the next day it's almost 40 degrees. And we get rain, and then it drops, and we get ice, and then we get snow, and then we get more thaw. My flag finally thawed out. It was a frozen icicle for like a week. I mean, it was just a solid chunk of ice from the heavy rain that we had. So it's happily flapping in the breeze now. Yesterday, my friends and I were out hiking, and the trails themselves were extremely icy because, you know, when they're in a wooded area, they get no sun, no UV rays on them, so the ice and the snow melts a little slower in the wooded areas. It was real slippery. We actually had to really take our time, and in some places had to kind of detour off the trail because it was, you know, you come to an incline or a hill and it's just a solid sheet of ice. You just can't walk up there without crampons, and we didn't have any ice shoes or anything like that. We just had our hikers on, so luckily nobody fell, nobody slipped. We just took our time, and it was pleasant just being out there together and just having some camaraderie. Again, I've been pretty busy with my social life. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to get together with the lady friends again, my grief support group ladies. I think this time we're going to do bowling, so that's coming up in probably about 2 weeks. And I'm looking forward to that, hanging out with them for a couple hours. I think we're going to go bowling for a little while, then we're going to go out and get something to eat for dinner. So that'll be a fun time. Always something going on here. The neighbors are throwing another birthday party, so I think about a month to go on that, though. But that's something else on my schedule. I look at my calendar and it's just boom, 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 boom. I got to keep track of it. I got to also put reminders on my phone that pop up, you know, bing, and I look and oh, you know, I got this going on today, or I got that going on today. My mind has been fried here lately, and I don't know why. I forget the dumbest things, and I just seem to make the dumbest mistakes. I have to be extra careful. Yesterday, I couldn't remember what day it was. And I think that happens when you're retired because all the days kind of blend together. You don't have to get up and go to work every day and look forward to when your days off or your weekends are. So when you're retired, you no longer have that routine. Every day it just blends in the same. And so I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I kept having to look at my phone to see what day is it today. You know, it's a strange world that I live in here, especially being by myself. but I'll go to do something. I'll walk in the kitchen and I'll just be like, eh, what did I come in here for? And I don't know. I don't know. I came in here for something, and I actually walked right over to this cupboard, but I can't for the life of me remember what I was going to get. So I just go do something else, and then maybe like, 20 minutes later or so, I'll be like, that's what I was going over there for, you know, and it'll finally come to me. So I don't know if that comes with old age or, you know, I'm frying my brain cells. I don't know. I'm not a pot smoker, so I'm not burning out my brain that way. And I don't think I drink enough alcohol to affect me either, because I'm very lightweight on that too, if at all. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on. Hopefully I'm not falling into Alzheimer's or something like that where I can't remember anything. So what was I doing? Who are you? What do you got? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that could happen in the future here. So I mean, we as we get older, my friends, we talk about this too. It's like, what's going to happen to us? Like when we get to a point where we have to be taken care of by somebody. How do you deal with that? You know, do I have to go out and find a migrant nurse or something to come live with me and, you know, take up one of the bedrooms back there and be able to take care of me when I can no longer take care of myself? Somebody to change my diaper or whatever. Or I'll end up in a nursing home, you know. I doubt I doubt that my kids will want to take me into their home. That becomes a real burden for a family. Although, you know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Take their parents in and take care of them until their dying day. Either that, or they live close enough that they can come take care of them every day and then go on back home to their own place. I know that happens too. So, but yeah, we talk about that and what we're gonna do. My friend Buzz, he talks about that to me quite often, about who's going to take care of us when we get old and can't do it anymore. And I haven't really given it too much concern because I still feel pretty worthy of taking care of myself around here. But you know, that could change in a heartbeat. You never know. A fall or a stroke or anything could happen that could put a guy down, and then what are you going to do, you know? I got one of my old biker buddies that just, his wife has not been doing very good. Well, then all of a sudden he ended up in the hospital. And I mean, he's been taking care of his wife, so I don't really know what's going on there. I got to get a hold of him and find out some more details because it's been kind of vague as to what's happening there. Of course, when you're in that situation, you know, you don't have time for old friends. You got to focus on the obvious, you know, what's going on with your life right then and there. So I'm going to try to get a hold of him, though, and find out how he's doing and make sure he knows that he's been in my prayers. I continue to keep you guys in my prayers. I really do. I find it hard to pray for everybody personally, but I do know that a lot of you that are having health problems, surgeries, yeah, just depression, maybe PTSD, or dealing with any other kind of issues in your life. You know, you all need prayer. I know I need prayer. I need the prayer and support just as much as everybody else, even though I seem to be holier than thou. Far from it, my friend, far from it. I just know that Jesus is in my heart. Jesus, the Holy Spirit lives in me, and I do my very best every day to follow the path that Jesus has for me. I fail miserably almost every day, but I give it my best shot anyway. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Give my very best. And I do that with life, you know. I mean, aside from that, everything I do, I give it my best. I get up, I move around, I keep a tidy, neat house. I keep up with my yard work. I don't let anything fall behind. I keep my vehicles maintained. So I'm doing pretty good right now. And I pray that you guys are too. Well, that's all I got for today. If you like this video, pow. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate your company, and I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, catch you all later.